Hey everyone, Kupo here and welcome back to my Chrono Cross playthrough. Today we have escaped from Viper Manor and now we're in a town. We don't know exactly where we are, but last we checked we fell off a cliff and here we are. So, me and my squeaky chair are going to carry on and life is going to be good. Looks like we have awoken in someone's house at least. And it's time to make our way outside to see what the hell is going on. Alright, so looks like Kid and Pierre are still alive. Well, Kid is still alive despite being stabbed by Lynx. And we've got to thank Korcha, whoever Korcha is. You may have been introduced to Korcha if you, did one of the other two paths, but we didn't. And he's the Termina ferryman. And we're in Guldove. Guldove. I think it's Guldove. Because, you know, a gull and a dove, you know, they're two birds. And Korcha saw us actually fall off the cliff. He was tending to Kid when we fell into the water. And here we are. And a graze like that did indeed knock her down. And we need to take her to the doctor. So, time to take Kid to the doctor and see what we can do. And it turns out the doctor's a bit of a hippie. And there's also a humanoid thing there behind the frame. And Kid's got 2 days to live, which is incredibly unfortunate and inconvenient. We could do with some Hydra humors, but there's just one problem. Hydras don't exist in El Nido anymore, which is the continent that Chrono Cross is based on. When you're in the world map, you can see the entirety of El Nido. So, Hydras, rare, valuable creatures, and as we all know, when something's rare and valuable, it therefore must be killed. Because, well, in Chrono Cross's case, it's a panacea for various illnesses. You know, similar to elephant's tusks are considered to be panaceas for things in Africa, or seen as being. So, no more Hydras means no more Hydra humors. If only there was a parallel world that we could go to, where the Hydras may not be extinct. And we need a large vessel anyway to cross the sea. Guldove is a bit of an island. And chances are we won't find a Hydra humor because the Hydra itself is extinct. And we've only got 2 days. And seeing as this doctor has a very positive attitude on life, he's going to go and be alone for a while. Go sulk in a corner or something. Anyway, what are we going to do? Kid will die in 2 days if we don't do something. Korcha has decided that he will bring the doctor back. Spoiler alert, he won't bring the doctor back. Because it's a terrible French accent and Pierre is already in the room, so here's Harley. Yep, Harley is here, and it's almost as if she expected Kid to be down for the count. And Harley makes the suggestion that we just leave Kid alone. I would also like to know what's up with the strange costume. However, unless you look slightly less ridiculous than Harley, she won't talk to you. And Korcha is all about gender equality, and Harley is actually just straight up better than Korcha. Boom. Case in point. Harley is quite good at doing disappearing acts. And she's quite the prankster, which you would expect from somebody dressed in Harley Quinn clothes and makeup. And also called Harley. Still not dreaming of you every night, you frickin' weirdo. Okay, now that that's done, we need to explain to Korcha that yes, all our friends are like that, and we've still got many left to find. Many left to find. Okay, let's talk to Kid to see what's up. And Kid's going to leave us with her favourite amulet, the Astral Amulet. And yeah, you need to remember what the Prophet said back in the library, where he said, where was the origin point of all this, which, if you haven't figured it out yet, the angels lost their way at Pasa Beach. That's where we went from Homeworld to another world. So, Kid's gonna lie down for a while, everything's going to be okay. No more Hydras, no way of finding any Hydras. Is there anything we can do? What are we going to do? This path splits in two. You can either find a way to save her, or choose not to find a way to save her. We will obviously be doing both routes in the long run. However, for our first playthrough, we want to choose to not save her. I'll repeat that. We're going to be dicks and not save her. So, I don't know. She's your partner? Nah, don't know about that one, Chief. We tried rejecting her earlier and she just latches on like a barnacle. There is nothing we can do. We are choosing to not save Kid. And because we've chosen not to save Kid, Korcha has decided to get on his high horse, and we have to leave the Astral Amulet behind. Womp womp. Bad times. So, Korcha is going to leave the Astral Amulet there, and he has decided that he knows everything about us and is making a judgment call. Which is, you know, understandable, have a nice day. So, with Kid now on the verge of death, we can't really put her in our party, so we're going to replace her with Poshel for now. So even though the amulet is here, you cannot pick it up. It is impossible. So we need to do something else. If we're not going to save Kid, what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to get on with the story, of course. So as we mentioned, we still need a boat to get off Guldove. Guldove, sorry. But before I get that, I want to trade. Lol, just kidding. I just want to go into the shop menu. Because we're going to get this bone. And we are going to fulfill the request. And it's a pelvic bone, which is the second of 6 parts we need to completely reassemble Skelly. And he'll talk about squid gut pasta. Remember that for later. That is kind of important. Now that that's done, we can make our way through Guldove and see what else there is. Let's go into the pub, or the inn, or whatever you want to call it, and there'll be a short scene here about Doc and how frickin' useless he is. He's really not very good at his job, but luckily the mildly attractive bartender may talk some sense into him. Who will bring her back from life and death? Honestly, probably not this guy. I wonder how many patients he failed to save before he stumbled upon Kid. You have the ability to heal. To heal. You gotta do a power stance. To heal when you say that. Okay. So yeah, Doc clearly is having issues with his previous failures. He clearly hasn't heard the phrase, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Okay, thought I'd just show off that little scene. We now need to speak to Korcha, who is the arbiter of morality, clearly, in Chrono Cross, and ask if he will let us borrow his boat. I'm guessing this isn't going to go very well. But nonetheless, we are disgusting and shameless. And I need to borrow your boat. Yes, lend me your boat. I will find someone else. Don't you worry about it. In fact, I will find your mother. Ah, here she is. Perfect. Yeah, she was going shopping. Yeah, help out your friends, Korcha. Oh, Matcha is on our side. Yeah. Are we abandoning our partners? Yeah, yes we are, but that's besides the point. And Matcha has decided that Korcha can't give up on his partners either. Yeah, so our story is Kid is poisoned and we're going to let her die. That is the story. Because there is nothing we can do. Alright, we get it, Korcha. You're crushing on Kid, ain't ya? Also, I've spoiled this woman's name. It is Matcha. M-A-C-H-A. Yeah. What would Korcha have done? Turns out he probably would have said there's nothing we can do as well. Get wrecked, scrub. So he's still not going to lend us the boat despite the fact that, you know, he is the arbiter of morality. Yeah, or Korcha could come along with us. And turns out that if you argue with your mum, she's going to take charge of it all. Haha, get wrecked. Ah, he's grounded. Oh, no. That's what you get for messing with your ma. Right, my name is Serge or Sergey, depending on who you're talking to. Yeah, so this is Matcha. We should go see the shaman. So yeah, there's a shaman in Guldove. She will be able to help us out and point us in the right direction. Maybe, maybe not. And for choosing not to save Kid, we will get something not very special. We get the Tropical Paradise frame. Hooray! Something I should have done, and something that I realised, I've shown you all these frames. I haven't shown you how to change them. It's very simple. You go to Customize, and then you go to Window Frame, Default or Custom, and you can choose Onion Wood, which is the default one. You can choose the Simple Line, which is like the Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest one. Shellfish, Tropical Paradise, Iron Plate, that's like the modern Final Fantasy one, or the Chrono Trigger one, I guess. The T for 3, and the Arnian wood, which is the default. I'm probably going to stick to the default one for now. But yeah, there you go. If you want to change your frames, that's how you do it. Now that that's done, we can go for a bit of treasure hunting. There's a door right behind this hut, and in this rather well hidden chest, we get the feathery dress. It's a nice little pickup. And okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go see the shaman, I don't really know how you're supposed to pronounce it. This is a shop, as you could probably tell from the crude sign on the right. We don't want to buy anything from here, but there is some shopping that we want to do in this episode. Now that that's done, in we go to here. If you tried going in here beforehand, this beefcake would have blocked the way. In we go. And this is the Dragon Shrine. So we've got Stina. And the old woman sitting in front of us is High Priestess Direa. Direa, I'm not really sure. Again, the great thing about 90s JRPGs is that you could basically make up your own names for them, your own pronunciations, and you could probably get away with it. So, turns out, Direa probably knows that we aren't supposed to be here, because we've got a strange wind about us. Which, whenever I have a strange wind about me, it means I've farted, but, yeah, in this case, Sarge is dead. So we need to return to the original world, and we don't know how. We would do it with the Astral Armlet, but the Arbiter of Morality has decided we can't have it. So we need a plan B. So we need to go to the Land of Genesis, whatever that is. And if we go to the Land of Genesis, we can go into the Dimensional Distortion, which would be great. But that wasn't really particularly helpful. Great. Thank you very much. So, now that the whole not particularly helpful thing has happened, we can go to Termina. That we do know. We need to go. But before I go to Termina, there is one thing I want to do in the pub, and that is speak to this guy, this dwarf. And he's going to talk about the Hydra Marshes and the fact that they're in the southeast, but as we know, the Hydras are extinct. There's no more Hydras there, which we already knew. So everyone left the forest. Because, I don't know, I guess we'll find out later. Okay, so we need to speak to him again. And we need to do something with the plants. But what exactly will this thing do to the plants? We received the green tinkler. And we'll show it off later. But believe it or not, it is a very important item. So now that that's done, now we want to go to Termina. We've done everything we could do in Guldove for now. So, whether you choose to save Kid or not save Kid, that will change who leaves Termina, who leaves Guldove with you. If you choose to save Kid, it's Korcha. If you choose to not save Kid, Matcha will leave with us. So, we're ready to go. We've done everything we can do here for now. And a very long sequence of getting on a boat. And unfortunately, to begin with, we can't actually control the boat. So we've got to go to Termina. Enjoy the world map music. Do, 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 do. One of my favourite things about Chrono Cross is that it does remixes of some of the Chrono Trigger tracks, and personal opinion, they make them better. So, We've arrived at Termina in another world. We came here earlier, if you remember, because we needed to get into the Viper Manor. It's the same place. So there's going to be an argument between Matcha and the official, and guess what? Matcha is going to win. Do not mess with her. She will F you up. Okay, so we're in Termina. We're going to do what we need to do. The first thing I need to do is I need to head to the smithy again. There are a couple of things that we need to pick up. So, in case you've got lost, I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to go all the way right, and then we're going to go up here. And the smithy's right here. In case you really don't know where it is, just look for the big sign that says smithy. That should help you. Okay, now that we're here, we need to sell, disassemble, and forge some things. We'll start with the selling. We're going to sell the Iron Dagger for the G. We're also going to sell the Bone Axe. Ooh. I don't think I was supposed to sell that. Bone Axe and the Copper Sword. I think it's okay. Well, we'll find out if it's okay. Okay, and then from there, I want to disassemble some things. I want to disassemble the accessories, the silver earring, the knee pad, and the silver pendant. I think we're okay. And then I want to forge the ladle and the iron sword. Excellent. I think that's everything. The smithy will talk about the rainbow material. Very rare, very difficult to find, and turns out this is Karsh's mother. That's right, this is Budget Sephiroth's mother, and therefore this is Budget Jenova. And it turns out Zipper, who is the name of the smithy, really wants Pierre to pay rent. And is just gonna let us get away with it. No comment whatsoever. So now that that's done, we need to make our way back to the entrance, because we are not done with our shopping spree. We in fact need to go into the inn? No, wrong place. We don't need to go to the inn, we need to go to the shop. I always get my bearings wrong here. Okay. Anyway, we need to talk to Lisa, who will supply us with some more elements. We need about 51 tablets for healing between battles. I'd like some medicines because the flu and blue status effects are really annoying. Gonna pick up some ointments as well. I'll grab 3 of those. And then from here, I want to buy 2 Cure Pluses, 1 Heal All, 1 Aqua Beam, 1 Aqua Ball, 2 Aqua Balls, sorry, and 2 Bush Bashers. Cool. Nice and easy. Man, I really hope I didn't accidentally sell something I wasn't supposed to sell. I think we're okay. But yeah, Glenn is still here, and he's still looking for that bellflower. And he also talks about the Frozen Flame being in El Nido, and, you know, people come to investigate. Clearly, Glenn did not sign an NDA. The poor army might invade this town any minute now. Oh, poor, it's a location in Chrono Trigger. So, wow. They must be coming from the outside to attack Termina and try and invade El Nido. guess they're really preparing for war. And yeah, so Glenn was supposed to protect Miss Riddell, but something isn't up and Riddell may or may not have gone missing. So Glenn is going to infiltrate the fort by boat and definitely get into a bit of trouble. So maybe we could team up with this guy. Maybe. So, we need to trigger that scene. And now we are ready to make our way to the fort, I guess. Since we're not saving Kid. Do I want to get things straight? Or do you just want to go live somewhere in peace and quiet? We want to straighten things out. And Match is going to give us some life advice. And yeah, so it turns out, after overhearing Glenn's conversation, we need to go to Fort Dragonia and confront Lynx and Viper. Particularly Lynx. I don't think we really care about Viper at this stage. And turns out Fort Dragonia might be a bit of a no-go zone. And we need to go through Mount Pyre, which involves going via boat. Oh, and we can borrow this boat because Matcha said so. Get wrecked, Korcha. And we permanently borrowed the boat from Matcha. And Glenn also needs to borrow a boat. Who saw that one coming? So, on top of choosing who leaves with you to Guldove, based on whether you save Kid or not, the character you pick up in Termina also changes. I'm gonna leave the save Kid option a secret for now, but if you choose not to save Kid, this is the guy you get. So yeah, Fort Dragonia, this guy's gonna come with us for completely unrelated reasons. And he may or may not figure out that we are the ghost. Thank you, Matcha, for saving us from an awkward conversation. Yeah, we're gonna let him join. And he's going to tell us about a small island. And turns out a Master Knight called Radius lives there now. If you remember, the first tutorial had a guy called Radius. Yes, that is the counterpart in this world. We could ask him for advice. Or we could just completely ignore that. Because I know where to go. But yes, Glenn Supremacy, kids. This guy is amazing. And we're also going to let Matcha join us because we want to collect as many characters as possible. Okay, so who are we going to put in our party for this section? Serge has to be in the party. We're going to go with Glenn and we're going to go with Lena. This is going to be the party for a good while. This is a very good party. And turns out Matcha is worried about her son probably not cooking for himself. And she's just going to swim home because of course she is. Anyway. We're going to board the boat and we're going to do some things. Because we're not quite ready to do what we want to do. We're not ready to continue our quest. First things first, we actually want to go south and east. all the way here to the island of Marbule. The reason why we're coming here is that there's some rather good elements that we want to pick up. And they're very hospitable people that would be very welcoming. Just kidding. Anyway. And Bro of G is going to let us use his shop. Who G is? I couldn't tell you. Well, I could, but, you know, spoilers and all that. So let's buy some things. What do we want to buy? So, in this playthrough so far, the turn element skills have been very useful. And we want to buy some more. So I want to buy 2 turn blue. I want to buy 1 turn red. I want to buy 2 turn white. I want to buy 1 turn black. I want to buy strengthen. So everything else here will either increase our stats or decrease our opponent's stats. So we want to buy a strengthen that will increase our stats. We want to buy an eagle eye that will increase our accuracy. We want to buy a... I want to buy a genius that will increase our magical power. 1 person's magical power. We want to buy a weak-minded to decrease an enemy's magical defense. What else? Do I want to buy anything else? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Yeah, not right now. More elements will become available here as we progress throughout the story. Fair warning. So, you may notice that we did some equipment buying, and yes, it turns out we do need to switch some things around. So, Sarge needs to get the ivory mail because we need to give the copper mail to someone else. Because we stole the power glove from Lynx instead of the magic ring, that's the other option, we want to give Sarge the power glove and give Lena the Dragoon's honor. If you get the magic ring from Lynx instead, keep the Dragoon's honor on Sarge and give Lena the magic ring. But here, we need to give him the power glove because even though it decreases our stats slightly, we need Lena to have more stats. It will make sense in the long run, trust me. So, there's that. We want to give Glenn the iron sword. We're going to leave him alone in terms of his accessories. And then for Lena, we want to give her the ladle iron 26. We want to give her the copper mail. Because of the increased defense over the feathery dress. And then in terms of our accessories, we want to give her the Dragoon's honor and the ivory helmet, just for a bit of a defense increase. Okay, that should be our prep for the equipment. And then for the elements, we'll leave Sarge's elements alone for now, but Glenn's is the important one. So, this is the most important thing about status changing or stat increase or decrease elements in the game. You'll see here that strengthen is level 4, but we can go plus or minus 4. So we can put it on element level 1 to element level 8. You might be thinking, oh, if you put it on a lower level, does it mean that you don't gain as much strength? Or does it mean that the effect doesn't last as long? No, it doesn't. The increase and the duration of the increase are exactly the same regardless of whether you put them on level 1 or level 8, and that's true for all the temporary increases in stats for elements throughout the game. It's a huge part of the element system, so you want to be paying attention. So with that in mind, we're going to give Glenn strengthen in level 1. We're also going to give him turn blue, and we're going to give him revive that we took off Pierre. And then Lena, in level 1, we're going to give her the Eagle Eye level 3. Eagle Eye level 4, sorry. That increases someone's accuracy. And then we're going to give her turn red and turn white. And we're also going to put Aqua Ball here. And then in her level 2, we're going to put 2 Cure Pluses. And then in her level 3, we're going to replace the Magma Bomb with a Bush Basher. And then level 4, we're going to put Ice Blast. All the other elements we bought, they'll be useful for something later. So this is our party, and that's our prep for the next area done. Time to head on out. Okay, we're going for a bit of length on today's episode, but I want to give an example as to why Glenn is such an important character. So we're actually going to go to the next area now. If you go where Glenn tells you to go, you'll just be told to come here. And so we're just going to skip that bit because it doesn't really give us anything extra. So the thick fog makes visibility near 0. We want to head into the fog because we need to get past this fog to get into Mount Pyre. And it looks like there's a ship in the fog, which is very interesting. What could be going on here? It's a mystery. Well, it's not, because I know what's happening. So, you might think this is a ghost ship. It's not the ghost ship. It's a very real ship. But we want to board it anyway. Because if we find a way of clearing this fog, we can navigate through it as normal and get to where we really want to go. Let's still talk about the ghost ship, but these people look very unghostly, it has to be said. They look alive and well. Yeah, who are these people? Oh, they're pirates. Maybe the bandana and the cutlasses gave it away. Yep, introducing Fargo. First name Wells. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I just made that up. Turns out he doesn't care if we're Lynx's subordinates or not. Maybe we're on the same side. Maybe we're enemies. Maybe he's got a very nice moustache. Maybe this is an interrogation. Our intention is honestly just to get through the fog and get to Mount Pyre. Ah, so because we are trying to get to Mount Pyre, they're assuming that we're part of Lynx and Viper's crew, which makes sense. So they think we're messengers. And honestly, given that Glenn is an Acacia Dragoon, it's obvious that we are messengers, even though we're not. But it's the go-to explanation if you didn't have the facts. So yeah, basically, we're dead. We need to become undead or get back to our homeworld. And Fargo telling us things we already know. Incarnation of death, yada yada yada. And it turns out these guys are in fact the ghost ship and just hiding themselves so that Lynx won't come after them anymore. God, how powerful is Lynx? To be fair, Fargo, we've taken him down once already. We can take him down again. We ain't scared of you, dude. Are we all talk? Well, we're about to find out. So it turns out there's a test of strength involved. And it involves these Man of Wars, which we fought actually in Viper Manor. So you could fight these, or you could run away. Yeah, Turns out this is entirely optional. You don't actually have to fight those man-at-wars. So, Fargo realizes that we're a bit too strong to be messing about with those weak enemies. Time to bring out the big guns. So this is Polly, 567 HP, Red Innate, 18, 18 AP, so it's a very slow boss. Polly want to crack at your party. So, first things first, seeing as Polly is Red Innate, I want to open with a weak attack from Glenn, and then use Turn Blue on Sarge. I start. That's 2 on the turn counter. Okay, so Polly's getting a very fast turn 1, and a flat on Lena's actually really bad news. That can kill. That can kill. We are in a bit of trouble. Okay, so we do need to count our AP here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all the attacks hit. And then I want to use an Ice Blast, so that will be 5. Okay, so Sarge is going to get some attacks in now. So 2, 2, 3 will bring us up to 12. He missed there, that's slightly problematic. And then Glenn, 2, 2, 3 will take him up to 19. Okay, so Polly will probably get a turn off here. She did not. Okay. But she will definitely go... She will definitely take her turn after this. So we're really hoping that Polly doesn't go after Sarge. Doesn't go after Lena, sorry. It's another flap. Okay, Glenn's the best option here. Okay, we're going to go for another 3. Okay. Looks like Polly is on the ropes, and Polly is actually male. Polly won't get another turn. We want to use our Aqua Ball. Polly got a very quick turn 1, which means that the field would be red, blue, red, and that means Aqua Ball doesn't do too much. But luckily, we've done just enough damage to sort that out. Okay, so for winning, Sarge gets a very low stat increase. No strength. That is a problem. Glenn does get strength. That's good. Lena gets no magic. So we really want Sarge to have strength and Lena to have magic. This is a problem. We want to use consumables because I'm going to spoil it for you now. We've got another encounter to do. So, Polly is just a test of strength. And Fargo's like, yeah, I want in on this. Which is why we wanted to fully heal. Fargo has 693 HP, is blue innate, and has 8 AP. He is much, much faster. But luckily, his attacks are slightly weaker. So, I want to again open with Glenn. I want to do a 1. I said a 1. And then I will use Strengthen on Sarge. Okay, and then Lena is also going to use a 1. And because Fargo is blue, I want to turn Sarge red. Again, we don't particularly have to worry about the fact that Fargo being blue means that Sarge will do more damage to him. We are good enough at this stage. Okay. So I want to get my 2-2-3 off here. He's only doing 29, okay. Oh, and it reset. That's unfortunate. Okay, but that 3 didn't miss this time. Okay, so now I want to see how much damage I can push. But we got a couple of misses. So we're going to have to bear that in mind when we're coming into our damage calculations. So I actually want Sarge to do another 2-2-3. Okay, there we go. And then with Glenn, I want to do... You'll notice that the field effect is full on red. So in this case, I want to do a 1 into an X strike. So, similar to Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross also has dual techs. So, Sarge's dash and slash combined with Glenn's dash and gash equals X strike, which will consume 7 stamina for both Sarge and Glenn. They both need to be element level 3. This is why we don't save Kid. It is one of the best techs in the entire game, and you get it really early. So, thanks to the full red field effect, we end up doing a lot of damage. And will my chair stop squeaking? Yeah, really, really good. So we get another growth level. Okay, Sarge does get a strength there, 16 strength. Oh, Glenn also gets strength. Ooh. Lena does not get her magic, so Lena's magic still isn't great, but progress is progress. We're going to not use any consumables, and we'll get a meteorite for winning. We be pirates, so clearly they cheated. Yeah, jellyfish stingers. Yeah, just be glad you're not dead. Good stuff. So maybe Fargo's doing it so that we don't go after Lynx and he'll save us. Maybe he thinks he's saving us. And Sarge has that dream with the Lynx again. Wonder if that's got anything to do with Lynx. Who knows? Meanwhile, outside, this guy is just standing watch on the fake ghost ship. And that appears. Oh no. That's what we call a problem. So it turns out that there is actually a real ghost ship. Okay, so we've got these enemies here. They're black innate and they are very fast. They get their first turns very quickly in this one battle, I've noticed. So, they're crossbones, they're black innate, and we could fight them, or we could run away. Don't worry, we are going to do enough. We are going to do enough battles to get some stat increases, but you know, I will introduce the enemies here another time. And by another time, I mean the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed what we've seen, don't forget to leave a like on the video. In the meantime, though, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye!